Alright, if your low coolant level light will just not go off, or if it's intermittent, and especially if you have an aftermarket radiator from O'Reilly's, I have found a peculiar little issue. So you see the light is on right now, and I've got the connector installed as it should be with a brand new coolant level sensor. Now watch this. If I just bring it up a hair, zoom in for you. Well, that's not great quality, is it? But you can see it's up a hair. The light is off, okay? Now let's take the magnet, pop the float down. I'll show you that in a second. And we see the system is functioning as designed. So the cluster is fine, the harness is fine, the sensor is fine, and the float is fine. But the problem is, it seems, is the plastics, the tolerance here. So to make this sensor function properly, it just needs to be up a little bit, just like that, not down and rotated. Because as you can see, I've got the float down now, and the light is on as it should be. Now let's show you that float there, the white thing. So I'm gonna push it up and down so you can see it moving. Now I can feel it moving. So it's moving, it's floating as designed. Okay, so the float is up. And what in tarnation? Leave me alone, light. Alright, so here's the fix. You don't need to buy a new radiator or a new sensor or do expensive diagnostics. You just need a little bit of electrical tape. And let me show you how that's done. So my goal is just to create a little friction there, as you can see, to hold the sensor at that specified height that I want it at. And I know this is going to be reliable and that it's going to work because I can test it. So I'll put it exactly to the same position, just line, this up with the little tang on the sensor. That's good enough for me. So I can see the light is out. Now I can test my work. I can push the float down. Can't quite see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. And boom. Now I know that I can trust this sensor. That one was pretty tricky to figure out, So, you can see how I've got that almost flush there. And I guess that's just the problem with aftermarket manufacturers is those little tolerances and details. So I hope that saved you some headaches and maybe an engine. Enjoy.